Exodus: Become the Traveler is an upcoming sci-fi RPG that I am really looking forward to. And with that, the more I learn about this brand new, original, and unique sci-fi franchise universe, the more I absolutely fall in love with it. So, as most of my hyperfixations go, I need to experience absolutely everything that this universe has to offer, even outside of the franchise's flagship video game set to release in 2026. So far, it looks like Exodus is set to become much more than a video game franchise. Today, I am here to help you organize all the pieces of current Exodus media that you can currently experience for yourself prior to the release of the video game RPG. And of course, what you can look forward to in the universe that isn't currently available quite yet. But before we begin, if you are looking forward to Exodus just like me, be sure to leave a like and subscribe for all things sci-fi gaming. Now, let's get right into it. Right now, as far as the Exodus franchise goes, it is still so brand new and they're still making out this universe. I mean, heck, the video game hasn't even released yet, but there is still some already high quality external media pieces that you can pick up and experience for yourself prior to the video game releasing to really dive into the lore and the world building of this universe, which I have to say is extremely high quality thus far. This video will be split up into two main sections. The first main section will go over the pieces of external Exodus media that currently exist that you can get your hands on and experience right now. And I will also be going over them in the order of which I think you should be experiencing them, just to make it a little bit easier on you if you're diving into this universe for the first time. And the second piece of this video will be going over Exodus media that we know about but has not released quite yet, just so you can know what you have to look forward to in this awesome universe. The first media I want to go over is actually the most recent content that we have received from the Exodus universe at the time of the recording of this video. And that is the book Exodus: The Traveler's Handbook, the introduction and really big rule guide and lore drop book regarding the Exodus tabletop RPG that is being released prior to the game. As I said, this is a big tabletop RPG book that goes over a lot of the rules on how to play the Exodus tabletop RPG, but also has a bunch of lore in the book as well. This specifically regards a bunch of lore setting up the world that we're in, a lot of the locations, a lot of the factions, creatures, items, etc. I like to recommend this book first to experience in the Exodus universe because it has so much just direct lore and information given to you in this universe. And there's also a lot of concept art and pictures in this book to go along with it, so it helps you kind of get an idea in your head of what these things look like. And plus, like I said, just a lot of direct information and lore that's really easy to understand and really dives you right into this universe, and it's all explained out in a really cool way. So this is the one that I would love to start with in the Exodus universe, just because of all of that direct information that the book gives you. Plus, if you want to play the tabletop RPG, you already have a game you can play in this universe as well, which is really cool. Next, I would recommend checking out Exodus: The Archimedes Engine by Peter F. Hamilton, the giant and really high quality novel that released last fall. This is the first fully fledged novel set in the Exodus universe, and like I said, it's really big. That's because, for a large part, this book has a lot of initial world building and lore that it goes over. And obviously, way more lore and world building that can be offered in the Traveler's Handbook. I recommend the Traveler's Handbook before reading the Archimedes Engine, like I said earlier, because it does offer some visual aid so that you can already get a sense of what a lot of the things in this universe look like before you go read the text-only novel Exodus: The Archimedes Engine. And additionally, like I alluded to, it is a very high quality book, so it is a really good experience that also builds so much of this world and lore within it as well. A lot of really good stuff in here to go over prior to the release of the video game. For now, this is the only available Exodus novel, but it's a big one, so you'll get plenty of Exodus novel content with this one book. More on other books in the second part of this video. Next, we already have some pretty high quality cinematic content for Exodus as well. For those of you that do not know already, Exodus already has an entry in the Amazon video game theme series Secret Level. The 11th episode in Secret Level on Amazon Prime is an Exodus episode called Odyssey. This is an animated short story that takes place in the Exodus universe, and it's a fun little episode in this Secret Level series that I think adds some cool new storytelling to the universe. It's also really cool that we already have some official video cinematic content like this out in the world before the video game even releases. Like I said at the beginning of this video, this seems like more than just a video game franchise. It seems like it's going to be a whole new sci-fi franchise when it's all said and done. And finally, all of the Exodus external media that you can experience for the Exodus Become the Traveler universe all have to do with the official Exodus website. The Exodus website contains a lot of canon external media that you won't really be able to experience anywhere else. I'm mostly talking about a lot of the short stories that currently exist in this universe. On the website, there is a whole section that has many short stories in this universe, a lot which are really, really well done. The website also contains a lot of the cinematic trailers and a lot more lore videos that are all canon within the universe as well. The website and their YouTube channel also has an ongoing Star High series where they're actually playing the Exodus tabletop RPG from the Exodus Traveler's Handbook mentioned earlier in this video. And the Star High story they are playing through in their tabletop campaign is apparently canon in the Exodus universe, so there is that to consume as well. And that wraps up all of the current Exodus external media that you can currently get your hands on and consume prior to the video game. Now let's move on and cover quickly the external media that we know is happening, but you won't be able to get your hands on quite yet. Going back to discussing Exodus the Traveler's Handbook tabletop RPG, when the book released, we know because of the back of the book and what is mentioned in the foreword of the book that Exodus the Traveler's Handbook is actually one of 3 books regarding the tabletop RPG set in the Exodus universe. Exodus the Traveler's Handbook is meant to be a companion book to the Exodus Encyclopedia and Exodus Chronicles of Malayu, which are 2 other books that seemingly have to do with the tabletop RPG game and hopefully contain a lot more lore and short stories like the Traveler's Handbook does. We don't know too much about these next 2 books yet or when we should expect to see them released, but we do know that obviously one is some sort of encyclopedia and the other one, Exodus Chronicles of Malayu, seems like it could be some sort of creature book potentially, but like I said, we don't really know too much about these books yet, but we do have 2 more tabletop RPG related books to look forward to, which is great. Also, going back to the Peter F. Hamilton novel that I mentioned, the Archimedes Engine, we already know that it is getting a sequel sometime soon, so we are hopefully going to be getting another big novel to help expand this universe even more, so that's something I'm really looking forward to as well. And of course, finally, the flagship of this sci-fi franchise, we have the video game Exodus Become the Traveler to look forward to, looking like 2026. But I want to know what you guys think. What do you think of the current content within the Exodus Become the Traveler universe right now? What sort of media are you going to be picking up for this universe? And if you've already experienced it already, go ahead and leave a comment down below letting me know what you think. And if you enjoyed this video and want to see more Exodus videos on this channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe for hopefully more things Exodus and all things sci-fi gaming. Thank you guys.